Apocalypse Gaming.
So next up in my build process, anybody know what this is? Anybody recognise what these bits are from? That should be your big clue. Lots of skulls. Which item's that from? Well, this is something that's been kicking about the house forever as well. That's only dry fitted together at the minute. We'll just look to see how it goes. A couple of bits of glue there on those platforms. Some glue on those las cannons, I want to say. Bit of glue there. And bit of glue there. Still got all of this in the box. Anybody know what it is yet? Do you? Do you know what it is? It's one of these. Box is a bit beat up. Just a bit more than a little bit beat up. The rest of it is actually constructed because Mithral built and painted part of this donks ago. So that bit's built, bottom bit gets stuck onto it somehow, so we'll come back to that. But that bit's built. So this is what I'm working on next in the marathon let's get it built but not painted session. Trying to work out, let me just clamp this down. I'm trying to work out how to make these reversible, just in case I decide that I'm not using it for 40k and I want 2 sets of rockets or I want 2 sets of guns. And my thought process, and I don't know how workable this thought process is, those octagons have got to go into these. The minute I go above 2, it's going to be really difficult if they're glued together to pop these bits off. But my thought process is make these bits pop offable, possibly by magnetising down these seams. I can probably, looking at it, get away with 2 for just pulling off if I glue 2 together at a time, and that should give me a bit of glue strength. But it's something I'm going to look into and see. I might have a look for somebody else's video, see if anybody else's videos out there show me how they have done it, if they've done it. Somebody out there must have done it, but I don't know. But then again, me being me, I probably won't, because I never seem to look for anybody else's videos and how they have did it and then come across somebody else and go, oh, that would have been a good idea. So we'll see which way I do it. I'll probably just bang on ahead and do it my way. But those are the ideas anyway. So we'll update you shortly when we know what's happening with this one. So as I mentioned, I want to find out a way of making these reversible so that I can choose whichever weapon emplacement I want, and I can choose where I want that weapon emplacement. And it says it's probably magnetised. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the process. So first thing I do is I take my circle cutter. I've locked it in place at 3 centimetres, and I'll want to take that and take the compass point and put that slap bang in the centre down at the bottom here. Just let me try and do this. I'm trying to do this through a camera now. It's a bit more difficult now. So at the bottom, as close as I can make it to the bottom, and take my cutter and score. This is then going to give me an accurate point on every facing, top and bottom, and on both sides on all of these. So we can see the score there, score here. I'm just going to show you on these ones rather than go through them all. I've then got a small drill bit, which is much smaller than my magnet, just to drill a pilot hole. Eyeball the centre of the score mark that I've just made, and then drill in. This is a 0.8 drill bit that I'm using for the pilot hole. Magnets I'm using are 4mm by 1mm, So pilot hole first, and then take my 4mm drill. That means that when I place this, it's slap bang in the centre, and drill a hole for my magnet. Now I've got that side is a little bit deeper than that side, so the way you just do that is just angle your drill slightly so that it catches more of the material on the other side. That looks pretty good. So now take and place and check that the entirety of the magnet goes in. If we're looking, it's not pick upable on the camera, I don't think, but I need a tiny little bit more in, but not much, because we want our magnets to be completely flush. Now that's flush, and it's flush all the way around. So that's all the process, and what we're left with, because I've already did a couple as my testers, is this here, and that locks in place. So I should be able to do that going all the way right round, and then that will then allow placement. Put that one on. Here's the one I've drilled. And there we go. So that's the process that I'll repeat all the way around. If I get to the end and I feel it's not strong enough, I'll put a third magnet in just to increase the strength, but I've got a feeling once it's all in place that'll be fine. Yes, it's a wee bit footery for setup, but it'll give me compatibility, it'll give me versatility in gameplay, which is what I want. But I think that'll be strong enough once they're all sitting in place, but we'll test it, and if not, we'll add the third magnet, but that's all the process is. Right then, so that's this baby built. Went in and magnetised each of these panels as I've shown you, and the whole thing goes together rather nicely, rather sweetly. You really can't tell that it's not been glued together. It all just joins up really rather nicely. So we'll go round. I've also magnetised the guns, storm bolters, and drilled out the barrels in them. All the lights are glued in place. Apart from the ones at the top, because Mythral's already partly painted this, the search lamps that go up here, I'll have her paint these separate, or whoever's painting them, I assume it'll be her painting them separate, and then we'll glue them in place rather than glue the grey plastic on top of it. So just to give the example, it separates just there. I've glued that part of the octagon onto it, and the rest would all then come off, and then we can flip and rotate as has been shown, and the same happens on the other side. So that's beginning to fall apart, but it doesn't matter because it's just for showing you what happens. So again, on the other side, that section comes off, that comes off, and that leaves that section, which is also flippable, and obviously they come out as well, so you can get to the missile silo and it's flippable. The one thing I'll need to get is some sort of turret, whether a scratch builder or whatnot, I don't know, but some sort of turret that can be used. So I've got two turrets, one on each side, because the kit only comes with one. So I might research on eBay, see if I can see one of them kicking about. Very much doubt that I'll find that kicking about, so it'll most likely be scratch built at some point, something that can be a turret on the other side, or use something else. I know Mantic stuff came with some sort of guns turrets, but I can't remember how big they are. We'll have a look at that and see.